Tonight on the program, price of fertilizer expected to shoot up significantly as a result of the Russia-Ukraine conflict, triggering a warning from the Food and Agriculture Ministry of a difficult year for the Planting for Food and Jobs program.
What is happening in the international market, Russia being a country that produces a lot of fertilizers, with support of Ukraine and other countries, and the imminent war that is all over the whole world, supplies will be a challenge.
Also tonight, Cabinet begins discussion on possible subsidies for petroleum consumers as the rising cost of fuel bites hard at consumers.
Begin the conversation as to whether we as a nation ought to set a ceiling beyond which the deregulation is suspended for some government intervention to be introduced or not. But that's a conversation that we ought to have.
And tonight on the Joy Business Van, we tell you how online supermarket Consume is making life easy for shoppers by delivering groceries in 60 minutes. Thanks for being with us, everyone. Details coming up after this week. Well, first up tonight, the Ministry of Food and Agriculture is projecting 2022 as a difficult year for government's flagship program, Planting for Food and Jobs. According to lead director for the program, Seth Osei-Akoto, the ministry was not able to meet the target for the distribution of fertilizer last year. The current conflict between Russia and Ukraine is going to pose an even greater challenge as Russia is the leading producer of fertilizer. Speaking at the Soil Health Stakeholder Forum organized by the Israeli Embassy, Mr. Akoto indicated that the way out will be to rely heavily on organic fertilizer. Like due to the Russia-Ukraine war, Russia was the world's largest exporter of nitrogen products or planting fertilizer in 2021. This, the Ministry of Food and Agriculture is forecasting, will affect output of Ghana's Planting for Food and Jobs initiative. Here's Director at Crop Services Directorate, Seth Osei-Akoto.
The volumes of fertilizer that you thought you could distribute last year, you couldn't achieve that. And what is happening in the international market, Russia being a country that produces a lot of fertilizers with support of Ukraine and other countries, and the imminent war that is all over the whole world, supplies will be a challenge. And as a ministry, we have anticipated that based upon what happened last year. So instead of putting all our eggs in one basket, you are trying to expand the organic base.
An NGO and pool of private fertilizer companies, African Fertilizer and Agriculture Business Partnership, says it will diversify sourcing to enable them meet demand of Ghanaian farmers. Nana Aisha Mohammed is country manager for AFAP.
Since the onset of COVID, we had a rude awakening to the fact that something had to be done in terms of improving local capacity for fertilizer production and also fertilizer blending. And that has also been increased by the current ongoing situation in between Russia and Ukraine, as these are big giants in terms of fertilizer production, fertilizer manufacturing. With new partnerships comes new opportunity and new sourcing. And that is what we intend to really focus on, is to see how we can begin to look at diversifying our sourcing opportunities beyond Russia and Ukraine.
Israeli Embassy, in collaboration with the Ministry of Food and Agriculture, AFAP and AGRA, held a Soil Health Stakeholder Forum. Israeli Ambassador to Ghana, Shlomet Sufa, revealed that the forum is among many projects her outfit will contribute to Ghana's agricultural sector.
Our plans going forward are in two main channels. One is the economic and commercial cooperation that we want to establish here with relevant Ghanaian companies and investors. And the other one is to continue the work of the embassy, that we provide the cooperation that we do with the government of Ghana on numerous fields and sectors in agriculture and others.
He is head of Trade and Economic Mission, Embassy of Israel, Ayelet Levenkamp, explaining the purpose of the forum.
We see soil health as one of the important compartments of a good agriculture and strong agriculture sector. We feel that these days it's a very appropriate thing to be discussing and talking, since we see that there's a lot of changes that are going in this market with the rise of fertilizer prices, geopolitical issues now that are also affecting the supply and so on. And Israel is famous for thinking a little bit out of the box, yes? And we feel that in soil health, the time has come in Ghana to do exactly that. And this is what this forum is about.
Now, Cabinet has begun discussions on possible subsidies for petroleum consumers as rising cost of fuel bites hard at consumers. According to Deputy Minister for Energy, Andrew Ejapa-Mensah, although it could come at a cost to the taxpayer, Cabinet is taking the necessary steps to find relief for Ghanaians. He told Joy Business that a recommendation from the National Petroleum Authority and the Ministry has been submitted through the Ministry of Finance for consideration.
Now the price has gone up beyond the reach of many Ghanaians, including myself. And so we ought to begin a conversation as to whether we as a nation ought to set a ceiling beyond which the deregulation is suspended for some government intervention to be introduced or not. But that's a conversation that we ought to have, because whatever it is, that subsidy that is made available to cushion Ghanaians is necessarily going to have to be paid for. Recall that we are in a situation now that because of some extraordinary expenditures that government incurred in 2018-19, energy sector payments, the banking sector cleanup, that then got compounded by COVID, and the expenditures that government has had to make has increased our debt stock to the point where now we can't responsibly go out there in the market and borrow significantly. But government has to pay down the debt and still raise revenue to meet the expenditure or development expectations of the Ghanaian people. Hence the introduction of the e-levy that we are battling with today. So if that decision is taken that government has to subsidize fuel, we all ought to know that post the issues being resolved, prices coming down, whatever amount of money that government would have expended would still have to be paid by all of us. And so we ought to have a conversation to see where it is that we all can get some equilibrium, that gives us all comfort. But there's a price for whatever decision that I'm only saying this so that in the conversation we can situate it in the proper context and see where we arrive at ultimately.
So when is Cabinet expected to make decision?
Well, it's a process. It's a process that has commenced. NP has sent the letter to us. We forwarded it to the appropriate authorities, and it's going to be deliberated upon, and then a decision taken definitely that would be in the best interest of all of us.
Now, as the cedi performs poorly against major currencies, the Bank of Ghana has been urged to increase interest rates to help stop the free fall of the local currency. That's a suggestion from the Chief Finance Officer of the Valley View University, Dr. Williams Pepra. Speaking earlier on the marketplace, Dr. Pepra said increasing interest yield will entice investors to purchase more government securities and help slow down the depreciation of the cedi, despite the difficulty it would bring to the economy.
Ghana, for the past 2 years, we have not been able to align the forex exchange rate with the Bank of Ghana exchange rate. So we create a room for what we call arbitrage situation. Once there's an arbitrage situation, somebody who is economically wiser, like myself, I will go and use Ghana cedi and purchase foreign currency and just keep, knowing that I'll get a higher margin on the foreign currency by holding it. So that is what has happened now. The 8% increase or depreciation or devaluation of the cedi against the dollar means that anybody who is holding foreign currency has gained 8.86% on that foreign currency. the only solution to solve it is that government must come out with a plan that will make sure that people will not be interested in holding foreign currency. And the way to do it is you raise your interest rate within the country, especially treasury bill rates, bond rates, the monetary policy rates. All of them must be raised a little higher to make our investment portfolios act.
You're watching Business Live. Still to come, we'll tell you how online supermarket Consume is making life easy for shoppers by delivering groceries in 60 minutes. That's on the Joy Business van. Don't go anywhere.
To contact
Right, you're welcome back to Business Live. Now, if you're a busy person just like I am, shopping for groceries can be quite a chore. So how about an online supermarket that delivers your groceries in 60 minutes once you place an order? That is what Consume promises its customers. Today on the Joy Business Van, co-founder Cecilia Futu tells us more about this rapid grocery delivery service.
Hello, Joy Business Van. My name is Cecilia Futu. Welcome to Consume. Consume is an online supermarket that delivers all your groceries within 60 minutes anywhere in Accra. So basically, we are a rapid grocery delivery service.
Food and other supplies are essential for our day-to-day upkeep, but shopping for groceries has become a chore for the working class. The pressure from work and the traffic situation can make running that errand very hectic. When the COVID-19 pandemic hit, lockdowns were imposed and movements restricted. That was when Cecilia and her husband decided to explore opportunities in online grocery shopping. It was in December of 2021 that they were ready to start Consume.
To start Consume, we had to do a lot of research. So we had to contact suppliers, make sure that we knew exactly where we were going to source our products from. So using LinkedIn as a tool, we were able to contact some of the suppliers who deliver our products to us. We had to do research, feasibility studies on the market. Is it a business model that people would want to jump on and people would want to use? Also, what are some of the products that people are constantly buying out there when they go to the supermarket? So it took a lot of research, it took a lot of funding, so we got a few friends and family to believe in the idea and to support us so we can make this dream a reality.
There are not many online supermarkets in Ghana. Most Ghanaians buy their groceries from traditional stores. However, in the aftermath of the pandemic, interest in online shopping is rising. So how does Consume work?
When you go on Consume, we have our own website. You get to choose all your products. We have a variety of categories, from breakfast products to alcoholic beverages to juice to snacks. So you choose your products on our website, and then once you choose your product, you add it to your cart. When it goes to the cart, you can check out using our secure payment gateway, either using a bank card, mobile money, or you can pay cash on delivery. Once your order goes through, it comes here to our facility center, as we refer to it, and we get the order through our dashboard. So once this order comes through, we package the order, the rider takes it, and the riders also have an app. So they have a rider app and they get the notification on the app as well, and then they just start the journey, go deliver and end the trip.
Like Cecilia points out, what makes Consume stand out is this promise of delivery in 60 minutes within Accra. Mr. Saki is one of the patrons of Consume, a typical 9-to-5 worker and a family man. Consume works perfectly for him because he barely has time to do his shopping. He's placed his order for a few items online at consume.shop.
Then we have an order we're going to fulfill. So let me just authorize it for you. There you go. So please note that it's cash on delivery as well, so they have to give you the amount. Okay. So just hold on for me. Let me quickly pack the order and then you can set off. Okay, so I'll just print the receipt now. Okay. And then we're good to go. Okay.
It's been 3 months so far. Patronage has been encouraging.
So the feedback has been amazing. We always say that at Consume, our customers they are our priority. So if a customer comes back with a complaint, even if it will take us an arm and a leg, we will do whatever it takes to please that customer. But the feedback so far has been amazing. So people are very skeptical about the 60 minutes. Once they try it, they're like, wow, I got the groceries within like the 60 minutes you promised. I love it.
For now, Consume is working on getting more local suppliers as demand rises and improve on brand visibility.
I think most brands in Ghana, you need to do a lot of marketing to be able to get people to see your brand and to get people to try your services and for them to be able to recommend you to other people as well. So it takes time for people to actually trust the brand and then to even give you their money to support you as well. And people are always skeptical about online stores because of all the fraudulent activities of certain people. So it's always the fact that you have to keep like advertising, marketing and convincing people, using some influencers as well, so they try the services and they can tell their followers as well about your business and your brand.
Consume plans to expand to other parts of the country.
The future of Consume is bright. So for now, we're thinking of the idea of setting up another facility center in the Tema area, since we've been getting quite a number of orders from the Tema Spentex areas. So we're trying to see if we can set up another facility center there to serve Tema and its environs. And then here as well in this space, trying to get more supplies and also just to market as much as we can so we can get more people to see Consume and to buy from us.
Mr. Saki has received his items delivered with an eco-friendly reusable bag. Cecilia's job does not end there.
Hello, hi, good afternoon. My name is Cecilia from Consume. Am I speaking to Mr. Saki, please? Yes. So I'm just calling to find out if our rider has delivered your order to you. Okay. Okay. And please, were you happy with your order? That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Okay. Okay. And if you have any other feedback, please don't hesitate to either email us or you can just WhatsApp us on this number. But before you go, please, can you tell us where you found Consume on Instagram? Okay, great. Thank you. Noted. And we look forward to your next order. Okay, bye-bye.
Feedback taken. On to the next delivery. And so the Joy Business Fund returns same time next week. Interesting stuff with Consume there. Now time for your money tips on Money Lab.
Hi, welcome to the Money Lab. Today we'll look at what the GSE Composite Index is. In our previous edition, we looked at what stock market indices were. Today, we look at the GSE Composite Index, which was introduced in 2011. Now, the GSE Composite Index measures the performance of all listed equities on the Ghana Stock Exchange. So that if prices are on the rise generally, the GSE Composite Index is also on the rise. And if prices are declining, the GSE Composite Index is also on the decline.
And thanks for watching our program tonight. There is more news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. Our top story there tonight. Cabinet begins discussion on subsidies for petroleum consumers. Also, Ghana's upstream petroleum industry under threat. That's according to a PIAC report. And one more story you should read is this one, our Ghana Man series, Unique Names of Cane Baskets. You want to go through that article and have a good read for yourself. That's Business Live. Thanks for watching. We will be back same time tomorrow.